We're here for a very special occasion. I'm Senator George Borrello, and every year we have the honor of picking someone in the district as our woman of distinction. And typically, people will reach out to us, they'll provide us with names, and I'm really proud to say that Sue Gagne stood out amongst the group as someone so deserving. And today we're going to take the time to honor her. But first, I'd like to invite up Pastor Ryan McDonald to do an invocation.
Welcome. It's an honor to be here. Thank you, Senator. And I'm so appreciative for all the delegates from the county being here. And most of all, we want to honor Susie today. I want to say before I pray that Susie has been here at the church since I was a little boy, and she's made such an impact on my life. The grace and kindness that she's shown Samantha and I is without description, and I just honor you today. I'm so thankful for you. Let's pray together before we begin. Father, we're so grateful and appreciative for moments like this, to honor. Your word says to honor those who deserve it. And God, we honor Susie today, but more importantly, we honor you. We recognize and realize today that it is you that allows us to walk in a way that's pleasing and honorable to your sight and to your ways, your word, God. Today we say thank you. I pray that each today, because of this gathering, that we would go higher, that you would allow us, this county, this state, God, to honor you in just an amazing way. I pray blessing on this meeting, this time. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Pastor. Appreciate it. Oh, do we have a flag here to do a pledge of allegiance? Anybody? No? No flag? I thought we had a flag for the pledge, but no, I guess not. All right. Well, tell you what. I got a tiny little pin here. Everybody just stand up and we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. So I'd like to take a moment to introduce some of the folks that are here today to help us celebrate. First of all, Sue's husband, Neil Gagne. There he is. There you are. You're like me and my wife. You're not sitting at the same table. It's good. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Also, Sue's father, Joe Langen. There you are. And his partner, Carol John Brown. Is that John Brown? Got it. John Brown. Her mother-in-law, Dorothy Gagne. And her brother, Peter Langdon. Yeah. And her sister, Becky Barber. Thanks for being here. Also, I want to welcome our special guest that we have here, who are going to offer some comments. We have Genesee County Manager Matt Landers. Where'd he go? There he is. And Linda Battaglia, Director of the Genesee County Department of Mental Health and Community Services. And Peggy Marone, Director of Leadership Genesee. There you are. She even got her Leadership Genesee shirt on, so it's very good. All right, and let me just see what we have. I'm going to make sure I got the run of show here correct. All right. Well, first we're going to start off with our remarks from other folks, and would like to start off with Matt Landers, if I could. And and Shelley Stein. I forgot to introduce Shelley Stein. She was on my list. Where is she? There you are. I said Shelley Stein, who is the legislative chair, yes, for Genesee County. Thank you. All right, Matt.
Good afternoon. So when I was asked to do this, it was a no-brainer. I've known Sue for almost 20 years now. We both were in Leadership Genesee class together, class of 2005, best class ever. And there we go. And she was given the role of radar in our class, and every class has one of these. It's a person that's tasked with keeping tabs on everyone else. It's a personable go-getter type that genuinely cares about the class, that or they're not there when they decide who the radar is. But in our case, it was because everyone got along great with Sue, and Gary, who's another LG class 2005, can attest to that. So early on, 20 years ago, I had a positive impression of Sue, and it has only grown from that point on, for my 20 years here of getting a chance to know Sue, whether it's at an LG function or the various roles she's had and my opportunities to sit in and see her at work at various boards, and she's had a variety of them, all equally important to this community. I've got to see her morph from her role in Mental Health Association, Suicide Prevention Coalition, now at UConnect, and then some of the great work that she's doing with the city church here, and the programming that she's advocating for, and coming to me for advocating for some funds for some opioid task force monies, as she's tireless. Many people in Sue's role is in my opinion, they slow down with time. She's the opposite. I think that she's speeding up and getting more passionate and more energetic through time, which is impressive. She's one of those people that genuinely wants to help anyone in need, in crisis. I'm glad we have the Sues of the world. I'm a little more black and white, and the Sues of the world balance me out, and I'm glad that we have Sue, and I'm glad to call her a friend. Her passion, energy have positively impacted numerous lives in Genesee County, and it's going to continue to impact them for years to come. I was honored to say a few words about Sue, and so glad that Sue is part of this community because her presence has made it better to live and work. And I'm also glad that I was able to speak before Shelley, because Shelley carries a passion that I can only hope to have, and so I'm going to turn it over to Shelley to continue on saying all the great stuff about Sue. But Sue, thanks for being a friend. Thanks for being here in Genesee County. You make it easy. My whole family lives in Genesee County, and I'm so glad there's people like you that if they're in need or they're in crisis, that they've got a person like you to look to. Thank you, Sue.
Yeah, I've got a copy there. So yes, with further ado, Chair of the Genesee County Legislature, Shelley Stein. Thank you.
Sue, I don't know you as well as other people, obviously, like Matt does, right? When I came to this county, there was this last name that I could never pronounce correctly. So,
Took me a while.
but I'm glad I'm not, there. When I worked on the hospital board, her name was there. When I saw the opportunity to serve as human service chair, her name was there. When I moved a little bit further, worked for the Board of Health, her name was there. Not only was her name there, Sue's arms are there, and they're around this entire county. And I can't count on the number of times that I have said that name cares about all of us. So thank you for being the arms that hold us kind of toward the center, or that we can bounce off of, because we need you. We need you more than we ever would imagine. I am grateful for the fact that you have continued to grow and to move your skills forward, because we are your beneficiaries here in this county. On behalf of the county and our legislature and all of those who you take care of, we have a proclamation, but I'm not going to read it because George is going to read his. Ours comes from the heart and from our head. Thank you, Sue. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Shelley. Appreciate that and for that recognition as well. Next up, we have Linda Battaglia, Director of Genesee County Department of Mental Health and Community Services.
Good afternoon. When I was asked to provide a few words about Sue during this ceremony, my face lit up. I got really excited. I had a big smile on my face. I felt very honored to be asked to say a few words about Sue, and then I had a wave of panic because I was like, how much time do I have? And where do I even start? Because there's just so much to say, so I had to write it down so that I stayed on script because I would just go off on tangents with you. So I'm going to start at the beginning. I met Sue well over a decade ago when she was at the Mental Health Association in Genesee County, and I was on the board for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Sue opened up the MHA, and we would hold our board meetings in the MHA, and she was there. And I knew way back then that she was a force to be reckoned with, and I knew way back then that she was just someone that you just loved to be around, genuinely. Our collaborations and interactions continued through the years, and when I came to Genesee County, she was one of the first to welcome me with some hoots and hollering and screams and cheers and hugs, and that was at the Suicide Prevention Center training in Albany, New York in September 2019, and we were just really excited about all the work that we were gonna do together. So I see a drive in Sue that is one of advocacy, advocating and using her voice for those that cannot advocate for themselves. And on top of that, she's an advocate's advocate, so I know when I'm pushing something, I'm gonna call Sue because she's gonna have my back, and we're gonna do it together, and the force is really gonna be with Sue. So when I grow up, I wanna be like Sue. And with that advocacy comes educating our community on mental illness, stigma, suicide prevention, all areas that are near and dear to Sue's heart. She's assisted with the development of a grassroots suicide prevention called GOW Pathway to Hope. And on her own time and dime, she nurtured this coalition and built relationships so that this coalition could flourish and blossom into what it is today. When she sets her sights on a vision, she hones in and does what she needs to do in order to make it to come to fruition. And I think her next quest is the NAMI connection, a National Alliance for Mental Illness, some type of chapter or connection here, a family-to-family group, which I wholeheartedly support, and I have no doubt that Sue will be able to make that happen. She started and completed her nursing degree during the pandemic and is headed towards advancing her degree by starting her bachelor's in nursing in January at Brockport, but you're not allowed to ask her any questions about anatomy or bones. Sue is someone you love to be around, like I mentioned. Her humor can cut through any awkward or tense situation. She has an ability to speak about an intense topic or a serious topic and make that conversation just feel more comfortable and easier to talk about. And when her and I were talking about me saying a few words today, we were trying to think of what year we were born and how old did that make us, and we just couldn't stop laughing about it because neither one of us could remember. And so her laughter and humor is absolutely infectious. There are many words that I can use to describe Sue's passion and dedication to the field, and as I look out into this audience today, I see a lot of friends and providers and peers and family members, and I feel very honored and privileged to have been asked to speak here, but I do feel like everybody could probably say a few words about Sue. So in one word, can I just have a few shout outs? How would you describe Sue? The best. Dedicated, awesome. Caring. Genuine. Passionate. Those are a lot of the words that I used. Humble, genuine, advocate, dedicated, awesome, persistent, resilient, ambitious, committed, and inspiring. But if there was one word that would encompass all of what Sue is, I would say she's extraordinary. To describe someone as extraordinary means that the person has extreme or special qualities, more so than most people. Sue, you are an extraordinary person, and I'm honored to be here today and congratulate you on the significant achievement of being a 2024 Women of Distinction recipient.
Got it, okay. And I would add one word, after learning a little bit more about you, tenacious. You are tenacious, and that. Not just the money. Let's see. All right, so we are actually going to invite up now Peggy Marone, Director of Leadership Genesee, to say a few words. That's okay.
I know.
I'm not in any hurry.
That's good. You stole my word. Extraordinary. But that's okay. That's really a good sign, I would say. Sue Gagne, or as I would call her, Sue Ganji. But she calls me Peggy Malone, so that's okay. Has been an integral part of Genesee County for several years, working to reduce the stigma of mental health. As the Director of Leadership Genesee, I have known you since 2005 when you became a participant, along with Gary and Matt. Anybody else? Oh, there's Chris Vicks. You have one of the most giving, kind, and generous personalities I have ever been around. I'm gonna cry. You touch everyone around you, no matter who they are, no matter where they come from, or what struggles they have experienced. This is what Sue said at the end of her program year. Yes, I saved these quotes. I do. By the end of the first day of Leadership Genesee, I knew I was in good company due to the quality of the people I have met, the experiences we shared throughout the year, and the level of excellence this program demonstrated. I have been inspired to be good company. You have always been good company to others, and each year you keep improving on that value. There is a unique sense of organic acceptance, and I want to say that phrase again, because it speaks to Sue. She organically accepts everyone. It's a beautiful trait, which has made you a sought-after mental health advocate in Genesee County and New York State for a long time. I asked you what you remembered most about your year you spent in Leadership Genesee. Simulated society, where the haves and the have-nots must interact to ensure a prosperous society. You told me that you were part of the green room, where there was plenty of food, work, and furniture for everyone. Let your mind ruminate on that one. Your group thought they'd go out and help the imbalance between societies by just giving people stuff, but found that others were suspicious and didn't trust your motives. That can be very heart-crushing, especially for someone that just wants to give. But the experience gave you more tools to understand that no matter where a person is in the hierarchy of society, asking them what they need is crucial to being of service. Leadership Genesee purposely ensures our program has people from all walks of life to help drive the lesson that no one is better than anyone else. The program gave you the connections and the confidence to stretch yourself and make changes in your professional life that you didn't think you would ever make. Your faith is very strong and has afforded you the opportunity to have breakfast with the homeless and then lunch with community leaders. So as you put it, people are people. We all have challenges. We're all the same. Simple truth. And I am so pleased that Senator Borrello selected Sue. Yes, I nominated her. I just want to say that because I was so excited as the New York State Woman of Distinction for the 57th Senate District. Congratulations, Sue.
Yeah, and I do want to say thank you very much for taking the time to nominate her. All right. So just want to make sure I haven't forgotten any speakers. Anyone else I need to recognize? I'm just going to move on here. So, you know, I want to start off by saying that this award is special for a number of reasons. But, you know, it's really my pleasure and honor to be able to do something like this and, you know, honor someone, you know, as wonderful as Sue. But you, on the other hand, you have to meet people on the worst days of their lives, when they're struggling in crisis, when there's just seeming no hope, and provide them that hope. That takes a special person. It really does. You know, and then dealing with the struggles of the red tape of government when it comes to, you know, just absolutely navigating all the things that have to happen so that that person can receive services, so that the organizations that you champion can get what they need to provide those services. You know, as a society, we don't want to talk about these things. We want to sweep them under the rug. We don't want to recognize the fact that there are people out there that are struggling, that have issues with substance use disorders, mental health problems. But you are right there in the middle with those people. That's why you were the perfect choice for this award, because you are the type of person that does this for no other reason than you want to make society a better place to be. So I am just very, very proud to be able to honor you today and just, you know, take this time in front of your friends and family and coworkers to say that you are special because you look for the good in people. You look for the way to get them a path to be productive members of society, to lift themselves up, meet people where they are, as they say. You do that every single day. So it was my honor to bring you to Albany. We had a nice event in Albany. Your husband came. We had a lot of senators and dignitaries and other folks. But really, this is about being here in the community today. This is the real day to honor you in front of those folks who know the impact that you have on this community, the changes that you've made that have made this a better place. You have made Genesee County a better place. So I'd like to call you up now. We're going to now officially rededicate. So on behalf of the New York State Senate and everyone here in the state of New York and in the 57th Senate District, congratulations on being the 2024 Woman of Distinction. Now she can say a few things.
Well, I'm speechless, but yes, Matt, I do want money. You forgot to put honesty on that list, but I'm just so grateful. My heart is so full. Linda, you get me crying. The sadness that people deal with on a daily basis it hurts. It hurts, and I can't just go through life and ignore it. And I know, like, I'm speaking to the choir here. You guys are all advocates in your own way, and under our pastor's leadership years ago, he just, I know it's from the Dream Conference, he said, find a need and fill it, and it stuck with me. And I'm also getting old, man. I have this much time left on my timeline. I don't have to climb any corporate ladders. I'm in a good space. My husband, like, I don't know, who could ask for better than this little fella? He does my dishes. He really does do dishes. All right, now I'm just babbling, but like I have been so blessed to just follow my dreams and go back to school at my old age. And don't ask me anything about anatomy, but if you want to know about research, I'm in there now. I can cite anything in APA. But I love you all. Peggy, thank you for nominating me. Peggy Malone, that is.
You're welcome, Sue Gagne.
Yeah, and thank you. And just thank you, everybody, for coming. It just really means a lot. It's so touching, so thank you.
Thank you again. You know, I think, first of all, before you go and sit back down, I just want to say that, you know, I am really honored that you are here today and that we are able to bring this group of people together. But, you know, most importantly, you are truly the definition of a leader. So thank you very much.
I forgot one thing. Leadership Genesee, class of 2005. Number one.
All right, I think we're at the end of our, is that ceremony? Greg, have I got everything covered here? All right, I want to thank you all for being here. Let's take some time to, to socialize and to just take a little time to recognize your efforts. So thank you all very much for being here. God bless you all. Thank you.